Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic I want to talk about is actually two things. The first thing is the rise of strange behaviour round about where children play playgrounds, etc. And some weird things that I've found out with Uber. And are the two things connected? So what's happened recently, over the last 2 or 3 days, I've been receiving a number of quite worrying social media posts about odd behaviour around about places where kids play, like playgrounds and schools, and even a safari park. Where certain parts of our community seem to be wanting to video children, or at least the area where children are playing. And a lot of people are concerned. Now, I know these things happen all the time, right? This isn't new. But there's so much of it in a condensed time period that I'm actually considering, is there something even bigger going on here that we just don't understand? Another peculiar thing I've found over the last 5 or 6 days, I use Uber Eats quite a lot. It's not always for takeaway food. I do my grocery shopping on it as well. I don't buy in bulk, I buy for 2 or 3 days. And I use Uber Eats for that. And obviously the odd time maybe getting a takeaway. And what I've found recently is when I go into the app, and I'm in my own area obviously, it tells me that drivers aren't available. Or I can pre-book one for like 2 hours for now. And I've never seen that before. But every time I've used Uber Eats in probably the last 5 or 6 days, this strange thing's happened. And I don't know why. But now that I'm looking at this, I don't know if there's something, and the two things may be connected. I genuinely don't know. So I'm going to go through some, not all, of the social media postings I've been sent just over the last 2 or 3 days to give you guys a glimpse on what's going on my doorstep in Scotland. So the first one, this is literally on my doorstep. This is less than a couple of miles away. This guy's standing outside Lord's School taking pictures of girls. It's now been reported to the school. Now a few more guys have joined them. And this is a secondary school on Paisley Road West, just near the sort of Cardonald area. Big school on a main road, and this is the type of behaviour people are having to see. The next one we have here is a report from Glasgow Live about a case that a lot of people have heard of. This was a woman who ordered a Deliveroo, and the driver turned up, and this is something we all see regular. So you get a photograph when you use these delivery apps and the name of who's coming, and it normally tells you the vehicle they're using, whether it's a bike or a car, what type of car, so you can look out for them, and a photograph of the person. And it very, very rarely is the person in the photograph the person that turns up. I've had men turn up that are women and vice versa, and guys with beards who are no guys, and older, younger. It seems normal. And this woman, the guy forced her way in and sexually abused her in her own home, which is frightening. And this woman has commented on this post saying, I've reported multiple accounts in the last few months. All the times I got reply that they can legally do. Since they're considered contractors, there's only one solution, and that's stop ordering online and go directly to the store. The next one, Lonehead Primary School, just issued a warning about these rats outside my wee lassie's school. They weren't allowed outside yesterday in the heat because of it. I see any one of them near any of my wains or anybody else is guaranteed I'm going to go to jail. No happening. Please everybody keep sharing, get involved. We need to all come together on this. Whole country done, but now they're in my front door. Enough is enough. And that's the kind of thing that's been shared by a lot of people. A lot of people think these things only happen down south. There's problems with immigrants and all that stuff. That's down south. But it's not. It's happening on our doorstep. And this person has included the message sent from the school. There's been a report earlier today of an individual acting inappropriately outside the school grounds. As a precautionary measure, pupils were kept in at lunchtime. The school's contacted the police, who are liaising with the school on the matter. Absolutely shocking. The next one, by the way, I'm about a third of the way through them. These are endless and they get scary. It's understood that a crossing guard and a janitorial staff confronted the suspect before they left the scene. This is a Glasgow Live story about a schoolgirl who was grabbed by a man near a city centre school. This one is just alerting everyone. This one really caught my attention because I'm involved with kids football and I run a kids football club, and it's about a parent going to take her kid to training. Just alerting everyone, was at training at Fergusley Park pitches with OJ, caught two guys of ethnic race filming Glenvale. Glenvale are another team. I thought maybe related to one of their players, but they came up and started filming AJ's team. I confronted them, telling them strictly no filming here and to delete. They continued just standing watching Orla's team train. I've told our coaches, also went down to alert the Glenvale coaches, and I went to Fergusley Sports Centre to alert staff who said they'll go and speak to them. This is Paisley, again just outside Glasgow, practically on my doorstep. Took my 12 and 15-year-old to Budhill Park, about, again, Glasgow, 3:30 today. Was really busy. The after school care was in as well as other school kids. Beware, we know if the park is kid cleared with us and a couple others left. A parent came over to tell us a woman in black was filming and the phone was pointing at my girls. I took the phone and yep, she'd recorded my 12-year-old on a swing. I kept the phone and phoned the police. 2 police came, followed by 2 CID. Apparently taking pictures and videos of kids is not a crime, but they have been told not to return to the park. A 4th guy appeared. The girl in the tan jacket is supposedly only 13 and the guy is 17. And woman in black is their mum, only been in the country a month or so. They managed perfectly fine to have an argument with myself and 2 members of staff from the after school club, but when the police came, we don't speak English. The videos were deleted by the police. Bonkers, isn't it? No one seems to care. Facebook page, we're really concerned about this type of behaviour as we don't believe any right-minded man with good intentions would approach little girls they don't know in their garden and take pictures, videos of them whilst repeating the comment, "Oh, cute." Ask yourself what a man in these circumstances would want to do with images of little girls he's described as cute. Given the current climate, we think of any good reason that a right-minded man would go out of his way to take images of little girls playing in their garden. We have received lots of similar complaints about children being videoed in play parks in Glasgow. Hi, a JustEat driver in my street yesterday went over to my daughter and friends in their garden and filmed, took pics of them while saying to them, oh cute, just to warn local people. As police said, no crime has been committed. So don't do anything, and this is in View Park in Uddingston. For those who don't know the area, that's down just to the east of Glasgow. So Paisley to the west, we've seen some in Glasgow. We're now seeing one just east of Glasgow. Staying up to date with events around the world can be difficult, where it's impossible to consult a single source for the full story. Narratives that shape public opinion often just reinforce media and corporate-backed vested interests. It's hard to know what information to trust. See what the media is exaggerating, sensationalising, over or under reporting. That's why I've been using Ground News. Ground News is an app and website that combines news from around the world in one place so you can compare coverage. For every news source, you can see if it has any political bias, how reliable the reporting is, and who owns them. They even have a blind spot feed that highlights news disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. Take a data-driven view on the news and stay current. Get news from thousands of sources worldwide in one place. I've been using Ground News to help me get all the world's news in one place and give a more balanced opinion on what we read and viewing who is telling us the truth and who isn't. Subscribe via my link to get 40% off the Vantage subscription. It's the one I use to get unlimited access to every feature. Your subscription can not only help my channel, but also help Ground News, as it makes the media landscape more transparent. This is another media outlet, Renfrewshire Live, talking about the case in Barshaw Park, where there was men, 2 of them, allegedly filming children in a Paisley Park. It's Again, that's back out to the west of Glasgow. This one's crazy. This is a guy in Fernhill taking pictures of kids in the park. He was parked in Shieldaig Drive right outside my window, zooming in on his phone, taking pictures and videos. Said he was doing it for TikTok. Tried to drive away. His keys got him from him, and I'll not say what happened after off camera. Again, works for Deliveroo. There seems to be a bit of a couple of themes happening here. Now, this one is from Alex Kearney and his Spartan Child Protection team. Do a lot of good work. This creature is living in the town of Law in South Lanarkshire. I don't normally share anything without the absolute certainty of mind that they are a danger. However, we have him now in more than 6 locations all over Glasgow and Ayrshire, conveniently parked at swing parks filming children. The deeply suspicious behaviour, though incredibly not unlawful, seems to be an impulse he cannot defend. Does he have to engage or assault a child before he can be dealt with properly by the authorities? Can't take the chance with this guy. He's too far travelled and far too many pics of him doing the exact same thing. The police are aware of him and his behaviour, but their hands are tied till he offends. The madness of our justice system. Then we see another picture of the same guy, by again Spartan Child Protection. Mr Fernhill cut again, but this time in Knightswood. So he's moved from the south side of Glasgow to just north of the river and out to the west of Glasgow. Up to the same thing, 2 phones filming, told the police only 1 phone, waiting an arrest with any luck. But now they've spotted him in Paisley, Irvine, Castlemilk and Knightswood. Said he's an Uber driver, warned for no business insurance and let go. Isn't it bizarre? And here he is again. This is him at Fernhill today. Seems he was arrested, so I imagine the officers have something on him, don't they? This guy's been predatory all over Glasgow. And now we've got just some comments for people. Somebody put in this one, seen him in Irvine, going out, giving out Kinder eggs. That is proper Jimmy Savile stuff, that, isn't it? There you go, a young guy's put down. He was walking about Irvine multi-night, following young girls and boys, then turned away, kidding on he was looking at toilets, then decided to follow me and my girlfriend up and down, then all the way into Asda. Then he walked round in a circle and he left, went to the toilets a few times since yesterday. He's been in there following young girls and boys. Now, a news story. This one is from Port Glasgow. I'm in shock. I'm even writing this after seeing all this stuff going around Facebook. Right now, I never thought it would happen to me. I'll come back to that because that's something Alex Kearney's told me often. Me and my cousins took the boys down to Coronation Park in Port Glasgow, and when we were walking back to the car to get a football, there were 3 people sitting in the outdoor gym bit and started taking photos and videos of the boys, and they were being very weird. Thankfully, me and my cousin clocked on quickly and said to them to stop taking photos. We got the boys away. But imagine, I myself with the boys, it could have been a completely different scenario. What a scary world we live in, that you can't even take your children to the park now. Now, Alex Kearney, this is the Spartan guy, told me this before, that every single person that contacts him with issues says almost the same thing. I never thought it would be me. Because we don't, but we need to. Because this is a real danger. And then one that many will find the most frightening one, Blair Drummond Safari Park. And for those who don't live up here, it's a big safari park over on the East Coast, which is obviously very, very populated, heavily populated with families, particularly with children. And this person's had to put this post up. I never thought we'd be sharing this kind of experience, but here we are. All day I have had the absolute fear of my children even running a few metres ahead of me at the Children's Safari Park because of everything I've seen on social media, while my little girl and her cousins were having a blast in the swing rides at Blair Drummond. The uncle spotted a man with a professional camera. After seeing similar situations blow up on social media, I felt compelled to confront him. When I approached and confronted him, he claimed it was an accident. I insisted he delete it or I was taking his camera. He then went on to delete nearly 40 zoomed in photos he'd taken. Accident. Confrontation was had and words were shared, while him, another man with a young child and a woman stood there in silence as we were the bad ones. Who knows if they have any other photos of children that have been at Blair Drummond today. The park and ride manager were both made aware, told us we will contact the police and confronted them, but when we left, they were still in the queue to rides. Makes me sick. It's a surreal reminder to stay vigilant, even in the happiest of places. We were in a group of 9 adults standing right beside these people who had the cheek to do this, clear as day. Watch your kids and trust your instincts. And I think what's pretty bonkers about this is I think they probably know that the police can't do anything. So they're totally blazing. And for what ends they're doing it, we can only guess. But it is horrific. And I hope our communities can help make this a safer society to live in, because I don't like this. And all these situations are all over a short period of days. And all of them, except Blair Drummond, but that's about an hour away, but all within 20 to 30 mile drive of my house. And it's not right. So if you want other people to see this video, click thumbs up, hit the share, or make some comments. That will help drive it into other people's timelines. And if you've not already done so, please consider hitting the subscribe and the notification bell. But most importantly of all, unless you're the type of person who tend not to be originally from here, who tend to be Uber drivers, etc., and who tend to not speak English when the police arrive, who like taking photographs of our young children, and know you. But
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.